The unique thing is, you all may not know, is that the flag was designed to be personalized. And so one of the things that we're going to do today, is going to end my time, is that I'm going to show you that, as Bob had mentioned, we presented nearly 5,000 personalized flags over the last 15 years to families of every generation, because this is a flag for all generations. And so what I have here is a specially prepared flag that was hand sewn, and it's shaped and folded in a triangular configuration because it was meant to mirror this American flag that was taken off that coffin and reverently folded and handed to the family. But it's meant to be, it was meant to be a reminder of the loss. But once this flag is unfolded, it is meant to be a celebration of their life. And I would like to ask the McSwain family to come forward. You guys all come up here. This flag represents not only those that died in combat, but those that died while serving or as a result of serving. Come on up, dude. Come on up under my flag. So you can all fit up. You're okay. Oh, honey, that's all you need. So Ms. McSwain lost her husband recently due to Agent Orange, suffered from his service in Vietnam. And so we are here to honor him, as we have honored so many. Would you like to say anything about him?
Sure. DeWitt was one of the kindest, gentlest men I ever know. He volunteered 2 tours, 4 years in Vietnam. When he got home, he did nothing but work with the DAD, the VFW, the American Legion, Geneva Creek, Robertson, where I met you, and the church. And when 2017, I had 5 heart attacks in 2.5 weeks in the hospital. Came home. Well, we couldn't volunteer on the board of all these organizations anymore. So he started crocheting, I started knitting, and the hats went to veterans, okay? He couldn't follow a pattern of his life depended on him. When he passed away, I posted on the knit and the crochet groups because I was telling them all, posting what was going on with the hat. And I went to bed, and I had over 3,000 hits by daybreak. And I had over 500 people ask me, how did he die? What happened the last 24 hours? Well, there was so much to cram into the thing, and I'm like, I can't do 500, replies to this. I won't never get anything done. I wasn't getting much done anyway, except crying. And I posted everything that happened in the last 24 hours. Went to bed again. There was over 4,000 hits from every continent in the world about him, and so positive. It was unbelievable. He is buried at Hortons. He said to me when we went out to Hortons, he said, I don't want to be in the ground because too many people walked on me in my life, and I want to be up in the air. And I'm an Air Force guy. So I said, okay, so we did it. So he's on the 8th wall on the back side, and his thing says, you are my sunshine. Because every night before we went to bed, we held hands. And we got in an I love you argument. You got to have an argument somewhere. And you got to laugh. And Then he said, we sang You Are My Sunshine. We sang the chorus verse from it, because the rest of that is pretty tragic. But the chorus verse is beautiful. So when they asked me what to put on there, and she says, a nickname. And I said, well, she said, well, you had the last nickname. And I said, well, his last nickname was Happy Hooker. He says, no, I don't think so. I don't think so either. But I didn't give it to him. He didn't take it on for himself. The women and men on Facebook on the knit and crochet called him the Happy Hooker. And we only had one person gripe about it, and I said, well, you got a problem, not me, so get over it. But he was a very loving father. He loved this country more than anything. He loved the military, he loved anybody that was a veteran. If he could do anything to help them, he would. And so I'm trying to carry that on. And my girlfriend up in Ohio asked me, I got telling her about the Honor and Remember flag years ago. Because you were at Deep Creek Rotary Club, remember that? Yep. And I cried all over you when you talked. And she said, would you like one of these flags? And I said, Chrissy, I don't have the put in for it right now. I just couldn't do anything. I'm sorry, but when he died, I did a lot of crying and sitting down, and I couldn't do much of anything. And she put in for it for me, and I got the call, and the tears cried. And I'm still crying because this flag means the world to me. Next to my U.S. flag of him that they gave him out at the cemetery, this means the most. And I thank you all for doing this tournament and showing up here. And I can't hug and thank you all enough. Thank you.
So, Mrs. McSwain, in addition to the and family, in addition to the flag, there's a proclamation that the Honor Remember Foundation has put together. And it says, this Honor and Remember flag is presented with eternal gratitude and respect in memory of Tech Sergeant DeWitt McSwain. With this flag, we honor this patriot's unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say, thank you.
First.